Hi all, Janae from Perspicacity913 here. I wanted to come to you all today because Thanksgiving is like actually right around the corner. It's Sunday and Thanksgiving is Thursday. And hopefully I'm putting this video up Monday, maybe even Sunday night. But Thanksgiving is right around the corner, and so I just wanted to come and share with you all a very few books that I'm super thankful for. I might not go into detail about all of them, mainly just because I'm talking about why I'm thankful for the book. But most of the reasons why I'm thankful for them are because of their topics. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, and yeah, let's get to it. So the first book that I have here is Necessary Lies by Diane Chamberlain. So this book, as you can see, I've annotated. I'm planning a book talk for it. It should be filmed in the next week or so. I just finished it last night, and it's actually what prompted me to make this video. So the reason I'm thankful for this is I won't do a huge synopsis because I will be doing a book review. But basically the book is about the voluntary and involuntary sterilization that happened in North Carolina and in much of our country, but that continued in North Carolina for much longer than anywhere else. I'm thankful for it because it tells the story of so many women who either didn't know that they were being sterilized because that happened, or women who felt like they had no choice, women who were coerced into it, and also women who wanted it, who felt like it was something that they needed in their lives. And so, yes, very thankful for this book. Again, it was what prompted me to make this video. I put the book down and I was like, oh, that was such an important book. I'm so thankful that somebody wrote it. And then I thought, oh, Thanksgiving's coming up. Maybe I should do a video on books I'm thankful for. And so I had to include this one. It had to be the first one that I talked about. And I want to assure you all that I will be doing a talk on this very soon. So the next book that I want to talk about is 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher. So I chose this book as something that I'm thankful for because I really enjoy, one, the way the story was written, but two, what the story was about. It's a story about how individual acts of meanness or cruelty or just indifference can shape a person and how they can all compile onto one person, and what that means for them and how they can process that. It reminds me that we should be just a little bit less cruel to each other, because you really never know what somebody else is going through, and you might not think that that one interaction that you have with someone can, affect their lives in any meaningful way, but compounded with all of the other things that that person is going through, any interaction that you have with someone can potentially be a very profound one in a good or bad way. And I think this book does a great job of showing that, and I really enjoyed it when I read it. Sorry, excuse the sticker, I don't know. But I just really enjoyed it, and I was thankful that someone was able to write this book in a way that didn't seem, because the topic is kind of depressing, but it didn't seem, or the topic is kind of saddening, but it didn't seem super melancholy. It didn't drag the reader down at all, and I really enjoyed this book. So the next book that I have to show you all, you've seen in a previous video, but I had to put it back in this video because I'm super thankful for it, and that book is The Phantom Tollbooth by Norton Juster. So this book, it definitely wasn't the first book I read. It wasn't the first book I ever enjoyed, but for some reason it stuck with me as the book that first taught me that books could teach you a lesson, and that even while they were teaching you a lesson, they could be fun and happy and like high-spirited and all of those different things. I really enjoyed this book as a child, and I've read it several times as an adult. There was a period in my life where I read it at least once a year. I think I mentioned that in that other video too, and I haven't read it in a while, so I want to pick it back up soon. But I'm just super thankful for this book. I think it really, even if it wasn't the first book that I enjoyed, it's the one that sticks out the most in my mind, and to me that means it means something. And so I'm just super thankful that it was written, and that I picked it up at an early age and was able to get into it. Okay, So this last book, I have to admit, I haven't read it yet, but I'm going to talk a little bit about it and why I'm thankful for it. So I haven't read it yet, but it's gotten rave reviews, and I mean rave reviews. I haven't seen less than a 4-star review for this book, and that book is The Warmth of Other Suns by Isabel Wilkerson. And the tagline is The Epic Story of America's Great Migration. So this book is nonfiction, but it's written like a story. It's lyrical nonfiction. And it covers Black Americans' migration from the South to other parts of the country. So to the northern, Midwest, West Coast, all that good stuff. I am grateful and thankful that this book has been written because it tells that story, and it tells it in a way that seems super accessible. Like I said, it's written like a book for the most part. There's some exposition in it, but it follows like 3 main protagonists, I believe, and I don't know if their stories are completely their stories or if they're, experiences of a lot of people kind of melded together to tell this one story. But I'm just so thankful that this story was written and that the story has been told. I think the migration of Black Americans from the South to other parts of the country had a big part to play, or had a big role in our recent American history. It's affected so many different things, whether that be, race relations, of course, but education, economics, housing, urbanization. I just think that the story is an important one to be told, and I think this book probably touches on all of those things in different ways. I'm going to put it down because it's kind of heavy. And so I'm just thankful that it's been written, and I'm thankful that I've actually had this book for like 3 years, and I've been intimidated because it's so big. But I've heard that it's a pretty quick read, and I'm thankful enough for it to include it in this video, and the fact that I haven't read it yet just kind of makes me sad. So I definitely want to do that, and I'm excited about it. So yep, The Warmth of Other Suns, Isabel Wilkerson. That is the last book that I want to show you all about in this Books I Am Thankful For video. So hopefully you saw something in those 4 books that interest you. If you did, or if you've read any of them, let me know in the comments. We can have a conversation. If you have anything to say about this book in particular, let me know, because I haven't started it yet, and any little push that I can get to start it, I would like to have, because I do want to read the book. But yeah, thank you for being here. In the spirit of Thanksgiving, I say this every time I end a video, but thank you so much for being here with me, spending time here. You didn't have to do it, and I greatly, greatly appreciate it. I am thankful for all of you, anybody who's watching this video. Let's remember what we're thankful for in this season, and, not take advantage of those things, because I think it's easy to do. But with Thanksgiving right here, we have a great reminder to kind of embrace the things that we should be thankful for. So that is all I have. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next video. Perspicacity913 out.